Every small business owner is passionate about their business, but passion isn't enough to keep the doors open. To keep your company running, you have to follow the rules. At CSI Accounting and Payroll, we've helped keep thousands of businesses in compliance for over 50 years. However, we can only offer guidance and suggestions. Ultimately, staying in compliance is your responsibility. But how do you do that? If you're unsure whether you're in compliance with federal, state, and local tax laws and rules, this video will guide you through the key steps to ensure your business is in the clear. On a federal level, there are quite a few things you need to do to keep your business in compliance. First up, business structure. Sole proprietors, corporations, S-corps, and LLCs each have unique tax and reporting requirements, so understanding these distinctions is crucial. For instance, sole proprietors report business income on their personal tax returns, while corporations face separate taxation. S-corps pass income to shareholders to avoid double taxation, and LLCs offer flexibility in tax treatment. A legal professional or accountant can help you choose the right business structure or examine whether your current one is still the best for you. We recommend checking your structure annually or whenever you hit a major milestone, whatever that looks like for your business. Now, let's talk IRS letters. Getting mail from the IRS can be a bit nerve-wracking, but the key is not to ignore it. Open those letters as soon as possible and follow whatever instructions they give you. If you're feeling puzzled by what they're asking, an accountant can be your best friend in figuring it out. Moving on to federal tax filings. Keep the IRS happy means doing your tax filings on time. Whether you're a DIY kind of person, using accounting software, or prefer the expert touch of an accountant, keeping track of your income, expenses, and deductions is non-negotiable. Personal taxes can get a bit tricky, especially if you're a sole proprietor or part of a pass-through entity like an S-corp or a partnership. Since your personal and business taxes can be intertwined, working with an accountant to manage quarterly estimated tax payments and your annual tax return is a smart move. Neglecting this can lead to some unpleasant consequences, like having your licenses suspended. For those of you with heavy vehicles like buses or big rigs, there's a heavy use tax to think about. You need to file Form 2290 annually if your vehicle tips the scales at 55,000 pounds or more. This can be done online, or if you prefer, with some professional help. Lastly, federal licensing. Keeping up with the licenses and permits of your business needs can feel like juggling, especially with how varied they can be. Partnering with an accountant to keep track of what you need and when renewals are due can save you tons of headaches. On a state level, there are also many things you need to do to keep your business in compliance. For collecting and remitting sales and use tax, check with your state's Department of Revenue to see if you're on the hook for sales tax. If the answer is yes, you'll need to get a sales tax permit, start collecting from customers, and file those returns regularly. Also, every new product or service might have its own tax rules, so stay informed. And when it comes to responding to letters from the state, treat it like any important notification. Open it promptly and follow the instructions. If there's anything that confuses you, don't hesitate to get an accountant involved. Renewing with the Secretary of State means keeping your business registration up to date annually. If you operate across multiple states, you'll have a bit more homework to do. Ensuring each state's renewal is managed on time to avoid any penalties or disruptions. State tax filings require you to stay diligent about completing and paying your state taxes through the Department of Revenue's website. Whether you manage your finances on your own or with an accountant's help, keeping accurate records is key. Personal taxes become intertwined with your business if you're a sole proprietor or part of a pass-through entity. It's wise to use an accountant for managing quarterly estimated tax payments and your annual tax return to keep everything in order. State licensing is all about having the right permissions to operate. The requirements can vary widely depending on your industry, from construction to healthcare. It's worth checking your state's specific regulations or consulting with an accountant to ensure you're fully covered. Business personal property tax filings involve reporting and paying taxes on your business's physical assets. If tracking this sounds overwhelming, an accountant can help you keep everything straight. Finally, provider tax applies to certain services not covered by sales tax, like healthcare. Make sure you're clear on whether this applies to you by checking with your state or an industry-specific department. Filing correctly, whether annually or quarterly, can save you from penalties and interest. Don't forget that some local areas can enforce their own rules for small businesses, especially when it comes to taxes and licensing. Because there are so many possible licenses and permits, it's hard to line them all up here. However, an accountant can review the licensing required for your business's unique situation. You should also be aware of when you need to renew them. Ultimately, staying in compliance is up to you. But now that you're equipped with the key steps to remain in compliance, as well as how an accountant can help, you might be wondering more about accounting services for your business. Check out this video explaining what an accounting service provides for small businesses, or check out other videos on our YouTube channel or our website that answer any questions that you might have. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more small business content that will help keep you thriving. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.